We're going to get started this morning. My name is Peter Bass. I'm the principal. Students, you know me. Staff, you know me. So, this morning we're going to start with two important pieces. First, we pledge of allegiance, followed by the Star Spangled Banner. I ask that if you're wearing a hat or a hood, that you remove it. And then Vincente is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Would everyone please rise for the pledge and then remain standing for the Star Spangled Banner. Okay. Silence, please, silence.
Okay, Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem. Silence, please. We have a bit of a trend. At this time, I'd like to recognize some special guests that we have here this morning. First, we have Miss Susan Austin, our superintendent of schools. We also have on stage with us this morning our guest speaker, who we speak to a bit later, but I'd like to introduce the Command Master Chief of the U.S. Naval Base, Command Master Chief Stevenson. And additionally, we have several veterans in the audience. I have many of their names in front of me. Some came today and are not on my list, but I'm thrilled that you're here. But I apologize in advance if I don't say your name. But if you're able, veterans, please rise when I call your name to be recognized. Representing the Air Force today, we have Cher Arroyo. Cher. Representing the Army, Edward Shaw. Representing Coast Guard, John Buckles. Representing the Marines, Joseph Simmons. And then we have several, as you might imagine, individuals representing the Navy. And so if we just hold our applause until the very end, but please stand as I call your name. Angela Rojas, Joel Morabito, John Simlick Jr., Mauricio Flores, Eric and Melanie Thompson, Luis Estrada, Ruth Metziotskis, Wilbur Haskey, Christopher Torres, Kyle Longnecker, Christian Rollins, Nicholas Turner, Mitch McNamara, and Nadine Tapro. And any other veterans who are here this morning whose name I did not announce, please stand at this time. Thank you for being here this morning. And most of all, thank you for your service to our country. Thank you for being here. Next, we have the Navy hymn, which will be performed by the chorus and the orchestra. Okay. Thank you for your patience. That's sorry for the popcorn. Thank you for your patience. as we transition our musical groups. I want to thank the band for doing a fantastic job with the Star Spangled Banner, and for the chorus, and our orchestra for their great performance of the Navy hymn. I want to give them a huge round of applause. That was awesome. Great job, students and staff. Now, my great honor and pleasure to introduce again Command Master Chief from the U.S. Navy base, Command Master Chief Stevenson, to share a few remarks on Veterans Day.
Good morning, everyone. And everybody in the back here. So I want to thank Principal Bass for allowing me to provide this testable speech for all the students in the audience. So there's definitely some testable items here, so pay attention. But thank you for allowing me to join this. Thank you, veterans. So without further ado, I am Command Master Chief Gary Stevenson, and I'm here representing not only all the sailors stationed at Naval Submarine Base New London, but really service members on active duty across the entire armed forces. The history of Veterans Day is deeply rooted in the aftermath of World War I. Originally called Armistice Day, it was established November 11th, 1919, to mark the armistice that ended the hostilities of World War I. The proclamation stated that the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month would be a moment to reflect on the sacrifices made by all those who served in what was regarded as the war to end all wars. 35 years later, in 1954, Armistice Day underwent a transformation and was officially renamed Veterans Day, encompassing the honor of veterans from all wars. This change underscored the recognition that valiant individuals who serve in our military do so in both times of war and peace. Veterans Day is a day to celebrate the dedication and sacrifices of all those who have donned the uniform. Today, we gather to commemorate not only the historical significance of this day, but also to express our profound appreciation for the members of all our armed forces. So, as such, I would like to share some insight into what your Navy veterans and service members are contributing as we speak. Today's Navy operates on the sea in ships, under the sea in submarines, and over the sea in aircraft. This ability to operate from the sea is extremely important. It gives the Navy the power to protect America and our interests anytime, anywhere. It's extremely important, and here's what makes the Navy so relevant. So here's your testable items. So how much of the Earth is covered by ocean? There's some good numbers there. Okay. So this is for your test. The ocean covers approximately 70% of the Earth's surface. All right, so very good. 75 was kind of the team answer. All right, here's your second testable item. How much of the world's population lives near the ocean or intercoastal waters? It rhymes with 80%. So 80% of the world's population lives near the ocean. And then for anyone who has ever waited or received an Amazon shipment, 90% of all international products, goods, and trade travel by sea. And then to close out your testable information, lastly, raise your hand if you own a smartphone. I should have just said raise your hand. 95% of all international internet and traffic and phone traffic to and from the United States is carried by undersea communication cables. So, what happens on the world sea is critical to American security and prosperity. Today, serving America's interests across the globe are more than 500,000 active duty, reserve, and Navy Department civilian employees. Right now, there are 88 ships and submarines at sea and more than 3,700 aircraft ready for operations. Many of our sailors and Marines are forward deployed around the world supporting our nation's defense and security, rendering humanitarian assistance, and supporting disaster response. They are there right now. They will be there tonight when we're asleep. They'll be there every Saturday, Sunday, and holiday this year. They're there around the clock, far from our shores, defending America at all times. And they follow more than 22 million living veterans in the United States who have served or sacrificed. Veterans, past and present, will be the first to tell you we do not like going to war or being in combat. We don't like it because we know the sacrifices soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardmen, and all of their families make. But in peace and in war, our veterans defend us and fight for us because they possess an unwavering belief in the idea of America. The idea that no matter where you come from, what you look like, who your parents are, the United States is a place where, because of the many freedoms we enjoy, anything is possible. Those of us in uniform today, just like those who wore the uniform in the past, could not do all that we do without the support of the American people. Support exemplified by the citizens of Connecticut and young people like you. I know many of you from families with moms and dads who go on deployment. Some of you may have even had loved ones on deployment right now. Thank you for being strong and supporting your family. Thank you all for supporting all of our veterans today, tomorrow, and every day. I'm extremely proud to be counted among them, and it has been and continues to be my honor to serve our nation, our citizens, and you. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much for those words, Grand Master Chief Stevenson. Outstanding. We have a surprise guest speaker this morning. I had someone come to me this morning about 20 minutes ago and said, Mr. Bass, I would like to share some words this morning. So we have next Vicente Rodriguez Tapro to share some words about Veterans Day.
Good morning. My name is Vicente Rodriguez Tapro. I'm an LC2 in the United States Sea Cadet Corps, and I attend Groton Middle School as a 7th grader. Today, I'm here to talk about Veterans Day, which many of you know is Sunday. Sacrifice. Most of us as kids nowadays think sacrifice is giving up video games, cell phones, or growing up without internet. But to those people who gave up their family, friends, and dear loved ones to fight for a cause that is greater than themselves, those individuals are people who truly sacrifice, and they have the honor of being called veterans. These days, we fail to acknowledge the tremendous sacrifices of these veterans and their families. Today, we are here to properly honor their devotion to duty. Please give a round of applause for the veterans that are here with us today and the veterans who sacrificed everything for us. As the great Abraham Lincoln once said, honor the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his country's cause. Honor also his brother in the field and serves the best he can the same cause. Thank you for letting me be here today. God bless America.
Outstanding job. Very proud of you, Vicente. Thank you for those words. I have a few closing things I'd like to say today. You know, students, you've got tomorrow off. It's great, right? It's a time that you get to perhaps sleep in, go outside and play, maybe read a book. However, listen. Groton In case you didn't know, Groton Public Schools is probably the only town in all of Eastern Connecticut that gives students a day off. And here's the reason why. We are honoring Veterans Day. Other towns also honor Veterans Day, but they do it with their students in school. Here in this town, the Board of Education has determined it's still important for students to recognize why they have the day off, but they still get the day off. Partially because we have so many active military who live in our community. And that's an honor for us. But it's important to remember tomorrow, as you have the day off, why it is you have the day off. It is in honor of Veterans Day. Without veterans, without our armed services, we would not have the freedoms that we have today. Our country is young compared to many of the countries in this world. No country's perfect, and that includes the United States of America. But I'll tell you right now, even with all our flaws, there's no place in the world that I would rather live than right here in the US of A. And that's thanks to our veterans and armed forces for protecting us and our freedoms over generations. It's important that we remember that tomorrow, and then end on Sunday, which is the actual Veterans Day. But tomorrow, when you have the day off, it's because of the hard work and sacrifice of the veterans in our community and as they serve around the globe as active military. If you have the opportunity, I encourage you to thank a veteran personally, particularly at this time of year, but at any time. Thank a veteran for their service, because as Vicente said, it is a great sacrifice. Truly a great sacrifice. As we close, yes, thank you. Thank you, Vicente. Thank you, veterans. As we close, before we close, and as the band will play High Steppers on Parade as we adjourn and as we walk out this morning. But before they begin, I do have a few thank yous. I'd like to thank Ms. Gray, Ms. Seeley, Mr. Burnseed for all their fantastic facilitation of the music today, the preparation, the hard work. The students who performed, Ms. Austin and Command Master Chief Stevenson for being here today, as well as Vicente for stepping up and sharing his speech. I'd like to thank the GMS, the Groton Middle School teachers and staff for their support of this ceremony and our students. To Mr. Mark Russell and his video crew, as always, for their good work. And finally, the reason we're here today, I would like to thank one more time the veterans who are here today for your service. Thank you for your service, veterans. That concludes today's ceremony. Mr. Burdensee. Thank you.
Thank you.